We've just left a press conference by the governor of Homs and also UN representative here. This issue was raised repeatedly. We have been told that 111 men were, to use the official phrase, regularized. That means they were questioned and were told that they were now free to leave. The others, and the governor said there were 190 other men who were still being questioned, and depending on the answers, would either be left free or would have to be kept in detention and face the court system. But when I asked a question about that, the governor said he believes that 70 to 80% of these young men who left the besieged court, the old city of Homs, would now be left free as well.
Is this being regarded by the UN and by other authorities as a fair state of play in terms of what was negotiated by the Syrian government or not?
Well, the governor made those statements in the presence of the United Nations representative, Yaqub al-Hilu, who talked about a trust-building exercise. They are keeping a close eye on this process, but the deal which was agreed between the government and the United Nations covered women, children, and the elderly. It was unexpected, they say here, that so many young men between the ages of 15 and 55 decided to leave, and now their fate is, of course, being scrutinized very carefully. The UN representative, when I asked him that if this trust-building exercise was succeeding in building trust, he spoke of what has happened over the last several days as baby steps. Drop of rainfall is what he said in Arabic. And he said he hoped that these baby steps would lead to the giant steps that are absolutely necessary if situations like this right across the country are to be addressed in the coming days and weeks and months to come.
And Lise, I don't know if you've had a chance yet to see any of the people who have left Homs or heard about what state they're in or where they are now.
We have spoken to some of the people who have left. We understand nearly 1,200 people were able to leave at last after being held under siege for some 18 months. Physically, they are in a state of exhaustion. Many need medical care. Some are very frightful about what happens next. They don't know where they can turn to now if they don't have family members. Some speak of having to eat only grass and olives in recent months. It was a terrible ordeal. And, of course, the ordeal isn't over for those still left inside, which is more than, we understand, more than 1,500 still inside.